Hello and welcome. Today I came across a pronunciation channel, a YouTube channel which just tells you the pronunciations of some words. Because they weren't actually correct, at least some of them, I thought that it might be interesting to make a video where I read out loud some of the things you guys would write to me to just say out loud, but not in an English strict sense, but rather I would read it as you read Estonian characters. Because we read the same, characters in a different way. Joknov like tis, because, well, it's a different language. If you guys would like this, then please just leave a comment with it, and maybe I'll pick some and read them out. Anyways, this is a match that happened right after the match that I posted yesterday. I'm again in the Tier 7 Japanese battleship, the Nagato. This is a match on the Tears of the Desert. For instance, the Hatsuhara in this match is the same as the last one, the guy that went towards B and pulled back, and I praised him for it. Anyways, the thing with this match is that they get an extra battleship. We get a Cleveland and they get a Nagato for it. Everything else is pretty much the same. This actually puts us at quite a disadvantage because, well, we can't really directly fight them. So our plan is to head towards the A-cap. Unfortunately, our Colorado spawned north, and it seems that they are also heading towards the A-cap, which is a bit bad because we aren't in a position to quickly go and cap B and C. So this might put us at a disadvantage, especially because it seems that two battleships of theirs spawned on the A side, so I don't know if we can actually fight over A. But, I mean, we pretty much have to try, because everything is here. So, essentially, I kind of want to hide, because I don't think that we're gonna do very well in a direct confrontation. I think trying to focus this Yorktown is the priority, because the number of cruises is where we have the only advantage. Also, I took a massive amount of damage there. I definitely won't survive for too long under the fire of two of these battleships, because this is tier 7 and the armor of battleships is very weak compared to the penetrative power of the shells. So essentially you can be penned for massive damage at pretty much any angle. It just depends on how lucky or unlucky you are. But because this Colorado is showing me full broadside, I figured that I might as well try shooting him. Because he's turning closer, I'm trying to aim a bit lower. I don't quite know where or how to aim. I hate it when I press the double click and it doesn't fire all the guns. It's so frustrating. Nothing I can do about it though. I can try finishing off that last shot, but probably not gonna work. Our Colorado still isn't here to fight, and I believe that because they got the Nagato, their Nagato will actually arrive here first. The enemy team has also kept B and C already, and luckily we do hold A, but I'm pretty sure the enemies are going to come over here and fight us together, and that's just gonna be bad. While I think it would be important to try to take out York, because she is so far away, I don't think it's worth it to try to shoot, because as you saw earlier, I still wasn't doing all that much damage, even though she was like 5 or 6 kilometers closer. At this point, we kinda just have to hold on and hope for like an opening by the enemies, like they need to mess up somehow. Because with the way things are going, I feel like we are falling behind quite a bit. I tried to switch to the Colorado because I couldn't quite figure out how to aim at the Nagato. Like, she seemed to be turning, but also not, so I wasn't certain. We also need to start thinking about a way to go and try to take B. Because the longer this situation goes on, the further behind we fall. This Hatsuhara, named Chris, I would like to apologize right now for the things I'm gonna say to him, because the things he says annoy me, because if you look at where he is positioned towards the edge of the map, he isn't in a position to actually threaten many enemies. Like, all the battleships are running away, so he can't really torpedo them. So it's a bit frustrating that somebody doing that thing is berating others for not pushing through. Because, you know, other ships don't have the concealment that she does. Not to mention that he wants us to do a direct fight, which seems like a very bad idea, because we have less battleships. We have a Cleveland, but clearly a Cleveland can't really do as much as a full, you know, Nagato can. So we would need to get some kind of an advantage first before we could start going closer, because at range we might be able to outplay them by, you know, turning and stuff, especially the cruisers, but the closer we get, the less likely that is. So I find that what we're doing right now is actually a decent idea, although we do need to start moving towards B with the fleet. Unfortunately, it seems our Colorado is in incredible trouble, like she is literally hugging that one DD, the Mahan. Hopefully she doesn't die to that. Wow, the Hatsuharu said that we are fighting 7 versus 3 and that we're running. That's insane. Every single member of the enemy team is in near A. How is that 7 against 3? It's a 7 against 7. Jesus. That's something that just amazes me. Like, I can't understand how you can claim something like that with a straight face. Anyways, it seems that our Colorado did kill that one DD, but it seems that she is going down very, very soon. Fortunately, she might be able to take that Nagato down with her, or at least close enough. With some help, that is, because, well, I have probably done most of the damage on that Nagato so far. But yeah, I would like to apologize for the comment I just made, because, well... Okay, sorry. I do think it's rather appropriate, because he isn't exactly saying the nicest things, nor are they very smart, but still not a nice way to respond. Because it's definitely not a 7 against 3, it's a 7 against 7, and we would be at a disadvantage in the fight. Especially now, because we have lost our battleship, so we only have 1 left. The enemy still has all 3, so they definitely have a massive firepower advantage. Fortunately though, we'll probably be able to get that one Nagato kill soon. Oh my god, we lost the Kiev as well, that's bad, but we're gonna get that Nagato, so it'll be 2 Nagatos and a York against Nagato, Shores and Cleveland. Also, I like the fact that DDs are complaining about us not taking points, when it's pretty much what they're there for, especially a Hatsuharu, because torpedo destroyers just end up not getting very many kills usually. What they do is cap really well, because the Japanese DDs do have slightly better concealment, although it's not as apparent on the Hatsuharu. Wow, that was a really good salvo, especially from the front. Not the Citadel though, unfortunately. Still, if we can kill this York, which I think we might be able to, because the York is pointed towards us and is at 13 kilometers from me, I might not be able to kill her, but I might deal significant damage so that others can finish her off. I just hope that I don't get Citadel and I deal some damage to the York. Wow, this time only 4,000 damage. It's okay though. I did get high caliber already. Like, it's only been 10 minutes, and only 2 ships have died on the enemy team. I got pretty lucky with that salvo. The enemies just fired. That could have been quite a bit of damage. Excellent. Those torpedoes finished her off. It was from the Mahan. Very well done by the Mahan. Next we kind of have to fight for C and B. The unfortunate thing is that the closest ship towards sea is a cruiser, and there's 2 battleships in the middle. Unfortunately, I only have 37,000 HP, and I don't think I can really tank 2 battleships at this kind of range. If I turn into the middle towards B, then I'm pretty much fighting to the death, and I think I'm gonna come out as a loser in that scenario. Especially because of how much HP the enemies still have. Like, maybe if the Hatsuhara hits some nice torpedoes, but I find it very unlikely. Unfortunately, enemies are also capping A, but it seems that we'll be able to cap C soon, the Mahan at least, and it seems the Hatsuhara is capping B. And the enemy Kiev still has 4000 HP, but that's not as much. Hatsuhara might be able to just fight her to the death easily. And come out as winner, that is. Unfortunately, because of where the islands are, I'm gonna have to show broadside to enemy battleships. And this might... oh my god, that was a citadel hit, that hurt. Oh my god, that was another 16,000 damage, probably a citadel as well. So I just took like 28,000 damage, just like that. So I think that hiding behind the island is definitely correct choice. Otherwise, you know, might not work out very nicely. I mean, I deal a lot of damage in return, but that's not what matters. I don't need to just pull my own weight, I need to do a bit more. Because again, it's a ranked battle. Hopefully the Kiev dies soon, and we'll be able to take C and B. It seems the battleships are actually in a bit of a poor position. They are away from B, they aren't able to interrupt it. If that Kiev is still alive, if I can shoot, then I think I'll take a shot at the Kiev. I might be able... oh, never mind. The Mahan managed to finish off the Kiev. That's excellent. Because this means we do get B and C, and the enemies only have A. We do have, you know, ship's lead right now, but I only have 12,000 HP. I would die in 1 citadel hit. And because the armor on Tier 7 battleships versus the guns Tier 7 battleships have is pretty poor at essentially any angle, I think it would be an incredibly bad idea to poke my nose out and try to go face to face with a Nagato with 46,000 HP and a Colorado with 35,000 HP. I think that would lead to a very swift death, which would just give enemies many free points. Hatsuhara is still mad because he expects us to be able to go and tank the damage. He doesn't seem to realize that if I go out I am definitely going to die, which would put them even further in the lead. Oh, I just need to expect... oh, the Hatsuhara actually hit the torpedo on the Nagato. That's very good, that's helpful. I think that hazard in the Nagato is going to fall. Okay, definitely going to fall. So now it's about time to face the Colorado. Unfortunately, they did get B. And, well, the cruiser behind me could also die in like 1 salvo. That would be incredibly bad, so he also has to play incredibly carefully. I don't understand why these people are spamming like that. They're playing DDs. It's their job to get the cap zones. So, I mean... like, does he want me to go out and just die? Because that's what would happen if I did go out. Unfortunately, I didn't get the shot off before I got behind the island, so I need to wait until this lower place here. I like how the Mahan is also mad. Particularly because the Hatsuhara and Mahan are both going to be incredibly high on the scoreboard, which will feel that they were completely right with what they said and did. But the reason they will be so high on the scoreboard is because mostly what they did was cap and kill secure. Well, maybe not the Mahan, but definitely the Hatsuhara. So that's gonna give them a lot of points, but Whether that actually, you know, translates into proper contribution, I don't know. But because I know that I'm here to win, I'm not gonna try to do something stupid, regardless of how much they try to force someone to. At this point, I think it's okay if I go fight, because, well, I did get the HP lead, although I can still die to one salvo. Fortunately though, Colorado was hit by one of the Hatsuharu's torpedoes, for God knows what reason, and that enabled me to take a shot at the Colorado without being shot in return, and I did quite a lot of damage. Still, I'm pretty impressed that the Hatsuharu actually hit the torpedo in a way that gave him a kill. Usually torpedo destroyers don't do such things in ranked, they just drop torpedoes, sometimes, rarely, get lucky shots, and mostly they just cap. Anyways, right now, we need to cap A. We will be able to cap A, we'll be able to cap B. What I need to make sure is that I don't get hit by 2 torpedoes in a row, that the Mahan doesn't meet the enemy Hatsuharu, and the other thing is that we know where the Hatsuharu more or less is. I told my team that the destroyer can see me, which means that the DD was somewhere at F4 or E4 or something like that. So we more or less should know where the enemy torpedoes could come from. And, well, there they are. So I'm just gonna turn and dodge them. Shouldn't be that big of a deal. Fortunately, we will be able to cap, or at least start the capping process of the A-cap before the enemy's or enemy DD comes around. So this should give us an idea where she is. I mean, this should give us some time to win the game, because we still have 800 points, so it'll take quite a while before the game ends. It's 2 minutes. I don't even know if we can cap in time, like if we can get 1,000 points in time. By the way, this is one of these situations where situational awareness is incredibly useful on Battleship. By the way, did you see situational awareness dropped off? Which means that we know that the destroyer went behind an island or sailed really far away. Obviously, she's not gonna sail really far away, because that doesn't give her any chance of victory, so she went behind that island, which I just pinged out. She probably left some torpedoes just as she passed behind that island, so I'm just gonna turn away, and they should all completely miss, because they are probably aimed at me, because I should be the most visible ship. Okay, and situational awareness said that I'm detected again, which means that Hatsuharu probably came out from behind that island that I pinged earlier, which means that she should be essentially in the direction that I'm pointing, and that's exactly where she was. So I'm just gonna take a shot and select for secondaries. By the way, if you select a target for secondaries, the secondaries are a little bit more accurate. They are more likely to hit, that is. And secondaries actually got me a kill. Ah, what a hard game. Definitely had to make sure that I didn't listen to silly ideas by some of the teammates, because I think that would have led to a really swift loss. So I got close quarters expert dreadnought high caliber. I did 135,000 damage. That's a lot in a ranked battle, especially considering that I only had one citadel hit. So mostly that was the normal shell hits. I got 2176 experience. Like I said, Hatsuharu was going to have a lot of experience because she capped A, then the enemies capped A, then she capped A again, then she capped B. No, she capped A, then she capped B, and then she capped A again. Sorry, it was this way. So capping gives a ton of experience, so obviously he was there. But because the Mahan got many kills and also went for the C cap, I think that he played really well. But I think the Shores played even better, because she remained safe and made sure that she didn't die, and the enemy Hatsuharu also played really well in my opinion. So most of my damage was focused on the battleships, because I'm really pretty much the only one other than or other battleship that could deal enough damage to significantly hurt battleships, because it's easy to deal damage with fire damage and torpedoes to battleships, but it's difficult to finish them off with those weapons, that is. And well, it was a nice battle. I'm gonna show you the modules and commander skills now. So in terms of consumables, I use premium, all of them: damage control party, premium heal, and premium catapult fighter. They are all very useful. Catapult fighter often not so much, so you could leave that one out. I use main armaments modification 1 mostly because I think that's the best one. Then I use the dispersion module because carriers are rather rare in ranked, so it's not that useful. The other one that you could use is the AA one. I don't think the other ones are very good. This to lower the fires and floodings, and the same for this fourth module slot, because those are significant sources of damage that you can take against cruisers and destroyers. In terms of commander skills, this is how I would take situational awareness, expert marksman, superintendent, AFT, and then basics of survivability. But I don't know, like, if this is the best one. Then I also got basic firing training and vigilance. But I don't know if these are the best ones. Maybe they aren't. Maybe it's better to do something else, but it's what I do. So anyways, I would like to thank the Patreon subscribers, because they are the ones that help out quite a lot with their continued support. Specifically, Captain Bramius, Vo Guyen, Martin Wolf, Hakat Haken, Tab Extra, Daniel Paquin, Jacob Klink, Ultra Real, Seba Imoso, and Florian Engelbrecht. Thank you very much for your support. So anyways, if you guys enjoyed this video, then please subscribe, and thanks for watching. By the way, I would like to mention that it's okay if you can't support with something like Patreon. If you want to support in another way, like the video or share it with your friends, things like that are also incredibly helpful. So yeah, thank you.